Next up, we are going to talk about emotional stability. So, emotional stability is pretty self-explanatory. Emotional stability is thinking your way above your emotions and finding a balance. I think that we need emotional stability on a very day-to-day basis. For example, you're in your office, in your workplace, and a senior might disrespect you. You have to use your emotional stability and not let your anger affect your work. You might lose out on something. Or in the current situation, we could say all of us are working from home. Your family is around you. The emotions that are generated in you because of the situation around you should not be affected. Should not affect your work. So this is another case where you use your emotional stability.
Absolutely.
It's extremely important because every other second we are trying to be emotionally stable and make the right decisions. Without emotional stability, we would lose out on a lot of opportunities by saying that I got carried away in my emotions, or in a flow of emotions I said this, I said that. It would make you lose out on relationships as well.
It is said you don't promise in happiness and don't curse in anger.
Correct.
The reason is outburst of emotions.
Right. So emotional stability is extremely important to us. Yet we may struggle with it. So what can we do to be more emotionally stable?
So, as you've seen in your assessment, you must have got a score about emotional ability or emotional stability rather. In that context, you must be pondering how to make sure that you channelize your emotions. In the earlier video, we saw about the technique about pranayama. Now here, let us see what we can do in terms of channelizing emotions and also not being carried away with your emotions.
Correct.
Okay. In a classical psychological terms, this is called as emotional hijack. So when you are in the midst of emotion, overpowered, burdened by the intensity of the emotions, most likely your response that comes away is not thoughtful.
Correct.
And that that unthoughtful response leads to an emotional outburst. Typically, this is called as amygdala hijack or emotional hijack. One of the methods that we're gonna talk about right now is to deal with this specific type of responses. The name of the technique is Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT. It is a small technique of 2 to 3 minutes that we all will practice. I'll show you the demonstration of it. And then you can take it a year from there, from the entire video. This is the complete takeaway message that you'll be able to practice it all through your maybe challenging times. So let's start. This is again from the amalgamation of Eastern and Western philosophies. One of the best part of it is an acupressure technique, a needleless acupuncture technique rather I would say. From your mid-collarbone, the one which is hanging on both of your shoulders, okay, the mid-collarbone towards your little fingers, flows a meridian, a cardiac meridian in the language of traditional Chinese medicine.
Okay.
So you just have to make this gesture of your hand, you can do with me, and tap. This is called as acustimulation. While you tap, you should say aloud what are your challenges. We'll take an example while doing this so that you get acquainted with how to do it. While you're tapping, you must say your challenges. Now say in case you have a preponderance or overwhelming emotions like fear and anxiety right now. So you say, I'm suffering from some kind of fear and anxiety. Sometimes I also land up into panic. Once you say this, you have to also say that what are the causes of this challenge. Now, in this case, you must see this challenge as, because of the current situation, I am getting troubling news, the situation, we are into lockdown, and there is a heightened risk of getting into this so-called infection, and hence I am suffering from anxiety, fear and panic. You have to say again, in spite of all these things, I love myself, I respect myself, I forgive myself, and I accept myself as it is. Here, the first part ends.
Okay.
After you finish the first part, there are 5 points on your face that you could tap. And while tapping these 5 points, I'll show you these 5 points what they are. While tapping these 5 points, you must say aloud to yourself certain sentences which are first in affirmation, second, they must be in present tense.
Correct.
These are auto-suggestions. So let's understand what these 5 points are at the first place. The first point is between your eyebrows on your forehead. You have to make this gesture and tap it, a slight gentle tap. On the second point is side of your eyes. Third is below your eyes. Fourth is below your nose. And fifth is on your chin. That's it. While tapping these points, as I said, we have to say certain sentences to ourselves as if we can hear them.
Yeah.
They must be in present tense and in affirmation. That is positive sentences. So let's design some sentences for this crisis
Yes.
and say them aloud to ourselves.
Okay.
While tapping the points. Start. I am feeling okay.
I am feeling okay.
I am able to cope up with my challenges.
I am able to cope up with my challenges.
I am happy and peaceful.
I am happy and peaceful.
I am able to stay calm
I am able to stay calm.
and I am able to focus on my work.
I am able to focus on my work.
Here the second part ends. Simple sentences, very simple sentences, but they act very, very impactfully on your circuitry, your brain circuitry, the neurological circuitry that you're forming. So while you do this exercise once in the morning and once in the evening for at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you'll find whatever challenges you're going through, you'll be able to overcome that.
Yeah.
So just repeat the entire technique once in a full go and
Yeah.
then we'll start. So starting with the tapping, I am feeling certain fear and panic and anxiety. The reason of my fear, panic is the news constant that is coming up of the current situation, the infection that is looming and the challenge of lockdown that we are facing. In spite of all these things, I love myself, I respect myself, I forgive myself, and I accept myself as it is. I am happy and okay with myself. I am able to focus on my work. I am peaceful and I am calm. I am able to stay contained and composed in this situation. That's it. Hope you'll be able to practice this entire technique all through the 2 or 3 weeks of period that we are going through. Once you go through this technique, you'll find that the entire emotions that you're going through will be able to channelize them.
And the best part about this technique is that it is completely personalized. You get to decide what your sentences are and then you can help yourself.
Absolutely. So let's hope that we collectively be able to come out of this challenge. Thank you.